Stop stretching your shoulder. You might be making your pain worse. If you've been dealing with shoulder pain and your first instinct is to stretch it out, I've got some bad news. That might be the exact reason you're stuck in pain. Let me explain. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Corey. I'm a shoulder specialist helping weightlifters just like yourself get back to the gym and start lifting again pain-free. Today, I'm going to break down why stretching your shoulder can actually make your pain worse and what you should be doing instead to fix the problem once and for all for good. Mistake number one, overstretching an already stable joint. The shoulder, just like the hip, is one of the most mobile joints in the body, but that means it requires stability. If you're dealing with impingement, instability, or even a rotator cuff issue, aggressive stretching can actually increase the laxity in your shoulder joint, which means your shoulder joint becomes too loose, which leads to irritation. Most lifters with shoulder pain don't have a tight shoulder. They have a weak and a poorly controlled shoulder instead. And stretching won't fix that. Mistake number two is ignoring strength imbalances. This is another big mistake made by lifters such as myself who tend to stretch while ignoring the imbalances. If your rotator cuff is weak, your scapula just doesn't move properly. Or if your upper back is underdeveloped, stretching is not going to fix either of those issues because it's not really addressing the root cause. Think about it. If your shoulder isn't strong in certain positions, making it looser just makes the problem worse. Instead, we need to train and control the muscles that stabilize the shoulder. Text PAIN to 475-241-7993 for a personalized recovery plan to fix your shoulder pain for good. And our final mistake, number three, stretching instead of strengthening. Let me put it this way. If your knees hurt when you squat, would you just sit there and stretch your knees? No, you'd work on your glutes, your quads, and your movement mechanics. And it's the same thing with the shoulder. Instead of cranking on a joint that's already struggling to stay stable, focus on strengthening the right muscles so the shoulder can support itself under heavy loads. All right, so you might be sitting there saying, all right, these mistakes all sound common, all sound similar, but what do I do instead? Glad you asked. Here are two simple exercises for how to fix it. Number one is the Scapular Posterior Tilt. This helps improve scapular control and reduces strain on the front of the shoulder joint. As you can see here in the video, it's very simple and easy to do. You find a chair, it could be done from your desk chair or bench, try and squeeze your shoulder blades back, hold them back, and then tuck them down into your back pockets. It's called the posterior tilt. Tilt is the main word you want to pay attention to here. Now again, watch this again more slowly. You want to squeeze the shoulder blades back towards the spine, which is called retraction, and then tilt them down into the back pockets on the left and the right, which is called depression. This is going to ensure that you're doing the exercise properly and you're creating more space between the acromion bone, which is the rooftop of the shoulder, and the humeral head, which is the kind of golf ball of the actual shoulder joint. Now, when this gets easy, what do? You progress this by adding a band to the hands to hold. The scapular posterior tilt with a band is what it's called. Adding this resistance is going to further strengthen your stabilizers and improve your movement mechanics. And you're doing the same thing here. Now you're just pulling the band apart with both arms while your head and neck are relaxed, eyes looking straight ahead, and you're squeezing the shoulder blades back and then tucking them down into your back pockets. Two separate movements, but as you get good and skilled at this, you can make it one kind of full cohesive movement. Do these consistently and do them often, and you'll actually fix the problems instead of just throwing random stretches at it. And that's going to bring us to the end of the training for today, guys. So if you haven't kind of grasped the concept of the exercise yet, go back and watch that, play it in slow motion if you need to, and sit there and practice alongside a mirror or record yourself on your phone so you can use biofeedback to your advantage. And if you're serious about getting back to pain-free lifting, I just put together a step-by-step guide with the exact exercises that I use with my clients. Drop a comment saying shoulder below and I'll be sure to send it over to you. And if you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.